statue, Liberty started shaking her fist, and the eagle will fly, and it's gonna be here. I brought to you courtesy of the red, white, and blue.
It's time for Veterans Issues, the show that brings you information about veterans, military, and their families. Now here's your host, Ken Rollins.
Welcome to Veterans Issues. Ken Rollins here, and thank you, Gerhard, for that intro. Today we are brought to you always in the red, white, and blue. I got a friend of mine here, Eli Henderson. Stay where you are. Get a pen. Be right back. Welcome back to Veterans Issues. Today I got a guest on here that's been here so many times. He's even on the opening pictures there. You see him every week on here, and he's we go back about 30 years, something like that, and he's a doer. And he's a great friend. He's a commissioner, 3rd District Commissioner, Calhoun County, Eli Henderson. Welcome back, buddy.
Thank you, Kim.
You ought to be co-host. You on that chair so much. But no, you haven't been on here in quite a while, and a lot of things going on. But since the political season, you couldn't come on, so we can't do that.
Aren't you glad that's over?
I'm glad it's over, man. We call it the silly season.
Yeah.
Once the silly season's
Not
over.
a bad.
Well, the
That's
one thing about it, and I think I speak for a lot of people out there, it's easy to hurt people's feelings now, because if you support one guy, they feel like you're against the other one, you know, and that's not the case for me. I know lots of the people that was running, but if I chose one, oh Lord, they say I'm not choosing them, you know, so it's just a uncomfortable feeling for me. Do you ever have that? Someone asks you, want to support them?
I try not to stay in the middle, though. I try to. It's kind of like Trump being our president.
Who?
Donald Trump.
I know what you
I'm
mean.
a Trump fan,
I know you are.
and I can't understand why other people believe the way they do.
Yeah.
But we live in a democracy, and I'm supposed to understand that. But to a large extent, I don't understand it.
We're
But
sitting there today, as we sit here today, we're watching what's going on the border, and one group sees it one way and the other see it another way. I'd see if you're going in and robbing a liquor store with your kid and you get caught, they're going to separate you and your kid. So when you come across that line, and see, if you don't go to a port of entry, they got hundreds of them. If you don't go to one of those port of entry, you just climb over a fence. You have broken our laws. You've broken the laws of the United States. So therefore, they can't put you and your kid in a cell together. See what I'm saying? And people out there don't see that. They cannot put you and say, you know, you can imagine going down to Atmore and seeing parents and their kids in their cells and there, you know. It's just, and my point was what you were saying. I see it like that, but the Democrats see it another way, that it's just somebody trying to hurt some kids. And
it's not that way at all.
Yeah, no, if they don't come across the line, guess what? You know, and the word's done got out in Honduras and El Salvador that this is a way to do it. Don't come to the port of entry. It takes a few days longer. You come in quicker by just jumping the fence.
And I'll guarantee you that somebody's money, somebody that's got a lot of money, that's either probably a Democrat, that is sponsoring all these people coming to the gate trying to get into our country.
Yeah. I just find it ridiculous that any group would, that, you know, I'm looking at a wall and somebody else is seeing a glass door or something. I mean, it's just so obvious the things that's going on in this world and Trump comes in as a businessman. He didn't come into a politician. He can't be a politician. Maybe 3 or 4 more years he might, but right now he's just being a businessman, saying, okay, if you will do this, I'll give you this, and you know, if you don't, and it's just bargaining, just like we've always done, you know. But anyhow, let's get back to what you're on here for today. I want to talk about, first of all, I want to talk about the Marine Corps League. You're it's obvious you're in the Marine Corps League.
I love the Marines.
Yeah, I know you do. I know you do. And I mess with you.
You would have made a good Marine.
I would have, but I let my little brother go instead.
We're looking for a few good men. That's the reason I'm here
That's
today.
what I'm talking about. Okay, you are really looking for something for the Marine Corps League.
We are.
And you don't have to have been a Marine to be in that Marine Corps
No,
League.
you don't.
It's like a civic thing, and it's you can participate. They can be in the honor guard. They can do all the things that y'all do, you know. Vietnam veterans gave up our rifles and stuff to the Marine Corps League, you know, and we done everything, gave up others to the young Marines. So,
By the way, thank you for bragging on me because I was part of the rifle squad the other day.
I'll tell
and
you.
you said, Eli, you never missed a lick. You were right on cue.
No, I told other people, Matt Pepe, a friend of ours, Matt said, how did it go? I told him, I said, but you're not going to believe what I saw with the firing volley. When they fired a volley, I said, the first one was pow, the next one was pow, and the next one was pow, and it was, there was more than one guy firing, and they all fired at the same time. I said, we never could get that done.
Y'all were Army.
Well, I know, but I think there was a Marine in there too.
Yeah,
but,
you're right, they were.
But anyhow, that was awesome to see that. Y'all did a great job. And I didn't even know you was in the garden. I looked up at the front, and there you was.
I was so short you couldn't see.
Yeah, but I know my guys always had. Some of us were hunting squirrels, and some were hunting rabbits. You know, so you never. It's a hard thing to do. People don't realize that is not easy to do. Anticipating the command is easy though if you fire before they tell you to.
Oh, yeah.
But we will talk about it. To be a young Marine. Do you want to give your number? Can I give your number?
Yes, I
As
want
I'm
you to.
Not a young Marine, but a Marine.
What we'd like to do is get some people that would love to be part of our organization. Years ago, and you asked me about this, is this one of the things you created at the County Commission? Yes, it was. We created this at the Calhoun County Commission, and we had people come into the commission to sign up to join the Marine Corps League. Mm-hmm. And we named it after one of your good friends and my good friends, Alan Ray Chafin. Yeah. We were close to that family, you and I were. And long story short, as the years go by, we lose some people, and we've undertaken a huge project in Toys for Tots. We picked up Talladega County, and we've got 2 counties now that we have to take care of. And last year it took a lot of people. We're getting more donations than we've got people to go out and pick them all up. Thanks to the Oxford Police Department last year, Bill Partridge, mine and your good friend again, Bill sent his police department out to pick up toys. And I really appreciate that. That helped a lot. But we need more people. And once again, you don't have to be in the Marine Corps. You don't have to be in the Marines to join our organization. We had a master sergeant that was retired that was in our group last year. He and his wife did a wonderful job. But what I'd like for you to do, if you'd like to join our Marine Corps League,
here's a number to call: 256-689-2811. 689-2811. There was people don't realize how many toys are there, and you've got a list of people that have through the DHR have said my little boy is 7 years old. And so you got to find a bike for a 7-year-old. You got a girl that's 11 years old. You got a girl 11-year-old back. Somebody has got him back in that warehouse, and man, it's like as far as the eye can see. Dig through the toy. Okay, here's one for 11 years old. Here's one for 7. And you got to put that with that package for that particular family.
Right.
So that kid gets what they was.
And somebody's got to do that, and we need more numbers. We also meet, as you know, every third Tuesday at Chapter 26 American Legion, behind the Chinklot Stadium. Mm-hmm. We meet up there, but I started something years ago when we were at the County Commission. We meet every Friday at Jack's on 19th and Quintard. And if you'll come up there this coming Friday, I'll buy your breakfast. That's cheap, $4.95.
That's about 18th and.
I'll borrow a little money to make that happen till I get my job as a commissioner, but we can make that happen. But we just need a few good men, and once again, it doesn't have to be a Marine. We've got 3 Navy guys and 2 Army guys that are really active in our Marine Corps League.
Yeah, I know how you got them, Navy. We got to go to a break. Come back, we're going to talk more with Eli about the Marine Corps League and other things. Be right back. And welcome back to Veterans Issues. Ken Rollins, we're talking with Eli Henderson. And we went to break, Eli, we were talking about the Marine Corps League. And I just throw this out there. Anybody would like to join and be a part of something. It doesn't matter, I guess male or female. And it's 256-689-2811. Now, a lot of people don't know that up there, what is it, 8th and Quintard or something like that? Or 10th and Quintard? The Ty Cobb.
The Ty Cobb Memorial, it's 10th and Quintard.
10th and Quintard. If you look at that historical marker.
You got to start here.
Well, you brought that to everybody's attention. The people didn't know it and say, well, he didn't know, this and that and the other. But I remember, and you went forward, and pushed your way through like you always did with your little bulldozer, and you got that done. And you and I had a conversation, and you and others had a conversation that you wanted to build a Freedom Riders Memorial down there on 202, but others got in there and did that. That's good. You just want it done. Now I want to talk about something that you have mentioned that I think is a great idea. Down in New Orleans, the city down there, the leaders, the mayor I guess it was, decided to take down the statues. Who was it?
Robert E. Lee on
Robert
his
E.
horse
okay.
Traveler.
And so you want to bring Traveler and Robert E. Lee to
Janie Furnace. Wouldn't that make a great attraction?
I'll tell you, see it coming down I-20 right now. But when Eli and I were talking about the other day, the way we work, okay, I know who's called Ray out there, Jim Ray, to the Ray Trucking. He'll go get it for you. I bet you're a low boy.
I think Paul Bright Jr. would pay for it.
Yeah.
Paul Bright Jr., he's a Civil War buff, and he's got a lot more money than we've got.
That's Bear Bright's.
Bear Bright's son, and he's the one that paid for the memorial at Janie Furnace, or
Mm-hmm.
Confederate Memorial, and he gave me $75,000 cash and donated all the concrete for the museum out there.
Yeah.
He is a great guy. He forgave me for being an Auburn fan. He said, Eli, you're such a good Confederate. I forgive you for being an Auburn fan.
Well, that was to see those kids go out there and see those arrows and all the things from back in historical times. You can't teach history any better than you can show it to them like that. They put the hands on it. You go in and I see them looking up in there, clicking up into Janie Furnace. You tell them what it was about, and that kind of thing. That's the greatest.
Hands on.
Yeah, absolutely, and we're very fortunate. And I know you've been told thank you, but that is something that's very special. That's Eli. If you talk about Janie Furnace, you talk about him. And them statues, are you going to pursue that for real?
Yes,
Good.
yes.
You're going to keep us posted.
It's laying in a junkyard somewhere in New Orleans.
If any of you folks out there watching, this show will go on YouTube, so if you watch on YouTube, you get in touch with them people in New Orleans. I done gave you the phone number out here for 689-2811, so when you got that phone number, you give us a call. And we'll come get your Robert E. Lee. And what's the horse's name?
Traveler.
And now,
Winston Churchill said that Robert E. Lee was probably the greatest American that ever lived.
yeah. We'll go on to another subject. I'm trying to knock a lot of things out here today. One of the things that the Law Enforcement Week has turned into be a huge success, where we feed the officers
For 4 days.
and that's not just police. This is sheriff's deputies. This is
Everybody.
highway patrol.
Almost 400.
Yeah. People who work in the jails and stuff like that.
By the way, you're on that committee.
Yeah, I know it.
I got you in.
But you started this.
Well,
Yeah.
I didn't really start this. Brian McVeigh, the district attorney.
But wait a minute now. I go back to where you were doing something when you was a commissioner, and you were doing
Oh,
it
I
down the
did
admin
do that.
building.
You're right.
So
We
that's
did.
when I first saw it,
You're right. We fed them.
and it wasn't as big as it is now, but that was a start. I know of it right there,
You're
and then
right.
Brian took it over.
You're exactly right.
But that was just in the things that you and I have said in meetings. We built Centennial Memorial Park. Some people don't know that when we was right after we started putting up the Vietnam Memorial and World War II and all that, we were talking about building firefighters and law enforcement memorials
We were.
back then. That's 20-something years ago, and we finally got it down. But I mean, it wasn't like we was working on it every day. But now all those have been built, and
I like that idea you had about that statue.
we're going to do that.
I'm only 5'5".
Yeah,
Just kidding. I don't want
I
a
know.
statue.
But that.
Wouldn't cost much.
Yeah, well, that's that place up there was started off of our buddy Howard Norton.
Wasn't he a wonderful guy?
He drove me crazy. But I got more Howard Norton stories, and probably you got some too.
I got- yeah.
When your truck come
He
missing.
took my truck.
But anyhow, the Law Enforcement Week thing is something we're all proud of, and the officers win some big items, the door prizes and things they have. Every day they get fed, and there's a lot of people involved in that. It's not just something that just call up the caterer and put it out there. And it ends with a big deal up in the park on the Friday of the week. So
Sure does.
I don't think there's a city in Alabama that goes to the
No, they
limits
don't.
that we do.
No, they don't.
Well, first of all, they don't have the law enforcement memorial for the state and to where the state of Alabama except Anniston.
Thank you and
It's,
Bill Partridge for
that's,
making all that happen.
Well, thank Bill for that tag, that law enforcement tag. That's what Bill
Bill,
does.
he does so many things that people are not aware of.
He does. Let's don't talk about it. He gets spoiled. But he does. If the country had more of them, we'd be in a lot better
Amen.
shape. The Toys for Tots we touched over. The people, when you need the people to work Toys for Tots, it's not to go out and get the toys as much as it is to help distribute those that have been delivered. Right?
Exactly.
So people are dropping in the drop-off area. You got a group of people that do that, pick them up. But once you get them to the building, to get Susie that bicycle
You know,
and Billy the bicycle versus just a bunch of bicycles y'all have, they're not there to select. So you got to select a bicycle for them off of that paperwork that their parents have put in, or the guardian, and it said this is what they want, and you fulfilling wishes, and that's what they are. They're just a little Santa Claus back there now.
it makes your heart feel great though
Oh man,
when they come in there and get those toys.
y'all don't know. You know, in this past Christmas, well, I think it maybe there's Christmas because the little boy that's got leukemia, and I called. He's a policeman down in Oxford, and they loaded up a truck on that young fella, and it's just amazing how many hearts they touch down there, and those people working there, you can tell they're blessed.
They are blessed.
What do we need to talk about that I left off of there?
We probably need the number that you gave out a while ago. You can use that, even though I'm not the commissioner today. I have this many people. I have 2 calls this morning on people that wanted things done in our county in District 3. And Don Hudson done a wonderful job while he was there. But if you need something done and you can't get in touch with Don, use that very same number. I'm going to have that number when I become the commissioner in November. 256-689-2811. So call me any way I can help you, shape, form, or fashion. All you got to do is call me. I call this guy right here all the time. A woman called me yesterday. In fact, that same woman that called you a while ago. If you need something for Veterans Affairs, call Ken Rollins. If I can help you in any way, shape, form, or fashion on other issues that don't always have to be veterans or Marines, it could be maybe a road or a tree fell or somewhere. Any way I can help you, shape, form, or fashion, call me.
Yeah, that woman just called. She has offered me a porta potty.
She mentioned that yesterday.
But you know, there's people out there. Those things mean a lot to
Sure.
folks that's homebound and that kind of thing. Well, man, you believe we run out of time?
I can't believe it.
Can we just do this every week for a while till
We
catch
should.
up?
I could get elected.
I know. I appreciate you doing
Love
it,
you,
bud.
man.
Yeah, love you too. We don't have a problem telling each other we love each other. We got to go. Come back. I got news that you can use. Stay right there. Get a pen. And welcome back to Veterans Issues. I appreciate Eli coming on doing the show today, and I'm gonna have him back because I left a lot of stuff out there we can talk about. But it's always interesting to hear what's going on in his life. And I want to talk to you about the firefighters memorial is completed up in Centennial Park, and we'll be dedicating it before too long. And it's a list of all the firefighters that gave their life in the line of duty in the state of Alabama. So get a chance, stop by there and look at it. A while back, I was asking for power chairs. If you have wheelchairs that are power chairs that no longer needed, I got a veteran in need of one just to get to his mailbox. And so if you've got a power chair out there that you don't need, or you know somebody has one that they don't need, give me a call at 256-239-9234. 256-239-9234. I'll come take it off their hand and give it to the veteran. There's some people doing some good stuff around here. As we're sitting here today, the Home Depot's got a team out there with Ross Winter's group, and they are building a ramp for an 86-year-old veteran that he don't fit into the plans for the VA or others to get. He's got a wheelchair, but he can only go to his porch. He can't go off the steps, and he can't go outside. He can't go down to his mailbox because he don't have a ramp. But they built him a ramp. Home Depot is furnishing the team, and they're furnishing the lumber, and they are the Wounded Warriors Alabama is overseeing building it, and that's an awesome thing. As we're sitting here today, that's happening. That's good stuff, good people out there doing those kind of things. I want to remind you about Mike Huckabee and all a bunch up at Superior Honda. They're the one that sponsors the show, and they give you $500 off if you go in with a DD214. It shows you a veteran. And then if you tell them you saw it on this show, they'll give you another $500. I just gave you $1,000. When you get ready to buy that new Hyundai, go down there. Just be sure to tell them about it. And when you get through with everything, just tell them about that and save yourself $1,000. And you're welcome. Here's the VA hotline. It's 855-948-2311. Write that down. 855-948-2311. And then the crisis line, in case someone is wanting to harm themselves or others, they want to call 1-800-273-8255. And when the voice comes on, press 1. If you know somebody's wanting to harm themselves, just give that call. They'll tell you, walk you through what to do. Wounded Warrior Alabama. This is this address is Wounded Warrior Alabama, all one word, at gmail.com. Wounded Warrior Alabama, gmail.com. 256-458-2715. If you know of a veteran in need of anything, that's the number you call. They have paid the power bills. They've done all kind of things. Now, if those of you go to Lowe's and use your card, driver's license that's got veteran on it and whatever, they won't accept that anymore for a discount. To get a discount, you got to go on the internet and you got to go to Lowe's.com/military. Lowe's.com/military. Put your information there. Next time you go to Lowe's for a discount, they'll ask you for your phone number. You don't have to go in your wallet. Just give them your phone number, and they'll take care of you. Let's see, as we run out of time here, I want to remember to get your law enforcement tag. When you renew your tag, go for the law enforcement tag because it looks good on everybody's car. Tells everybody you appreciate those who gave their life in the line of duty. This week's salute goes out to all the law enforcement officers, and we'll see you next week right here on Veterans Issues. Salute.